Maluno na sanyo. Monge bai kasanyo. Monge bai kasanyo. Monge bai kasanyo. Wenga nyewi nganwa. Wenga nyewi nganwa. Wale kuna mwege lo newa. Wale na mwege lo newa. Alo mayanga yele kamoba. Alo yele minima. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Abalo nebo abale yenga. Yole nyae yolo mwana. Yole nyae yolo mwana. Yole nyae yolo mwana. Malo nebo abale yenga. Malo nebo abale yenga.
So we go. I bet you see more to be here. Good evening to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you for joining us here this evening. So running a little bit late behind time. We sincerely apologize, but it's better late than never. And so you are here, we are here to have the conversations. I'm sitting in here this evening. I am your host, Alfonso Zilso, to the Library Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the show. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is the rhythm, this is the sound that introduces the program right here on the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Library Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We sincerely apologize for running almost an hour, but it's better late than never. So we say welcome to the show this evening. I am in charge. I will be leading the conversation here this evening, and we hope to keep it fair, balanced, and proportional. And of course, your voices will also be heard in this process. Good evening, sister. Good to have you here. So grounded into the conversations in Liberia. And thank you for your time. Man, Latro right there in North Dakota. I remember in North Dakota the other day, I forgot about you. We didn't even see. I was there, man. Anyway. More trips to stay calm. Emmanuel Kawa, good to have you here. Tia, good to have you here. Of course, Mr. Morris Gray, good to have you here. Aaron is joining us from Atlanta to Georgia. David Johnson, DJ, what's up with you? Venetius is here. Sonia is here. Margaret Hawaiian is here. Good to have you here. Good evening, Elizabeth Dolly, Prince, and all of you guys. We say share the show. So just hit a share icon and invite someone to your company. Not forgetting, though, man, Aliu is one of the prime-time listener, follower to the viewer of this network. Thank you so much for your commitment. We highly, highly appreciate it. Despite of you come here to keep the company with us with some of the tabata and ridiculous saying here by our guys simply because they are politically minded, politically correct, want to be, and always in the business to protect their own alligators and shift blame, moving the goalpost from left to right, still is now holding a dip of water. It's just too much. Mr. Paul Harry is here. So much from Mama Liberia. Absolutely live from her. Is Paul watching us from Liberia? Paul, if you are from Liberia, this type of hour, which I believe is a little after 12, 8, no, it should be either 12 or 1. We say thank you so much. And this is why it's so much vital that when we come to these conversations, for God's sake, we must be more or less put the interests of the country first. How many times have we not defended our politicians, our political Goliaths, those people who have come and made all of these empty premises, and only at the end of the day to give justifications of the failed policy, refuse deliberate on purpose. You know, well, your own but you know, Liberia is such a country too that is so much grounded in love, these sort of red meat kitchen sink conversation. This way, when we come and talk their own, we come and talk their own, and create some sort of big scenario as if it is something real, simply because they want political accommodation. You know, they kind of lie and say they're advocating. That can really get to my nerves. When I start talking for somebody here, I'm not going to pour salt in my throat for nothing. Yes, I'm not going to do that. If I talk, I'm not going to give myself a headache and feeling go take ibuprofen and Tylenol because because I love you more than myself. That's not going to happen. But they are not genuine. They are not authentic. They come in the factions of being like an advocate. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know who are the advocates in the country, because everybody, the media industry, everybody compromise. They have failed the Liberian people. We fail to keep the conversation. We fail to have the narrative objective. Let's discuss. We profess to be the redeemer or someone who has come to bring redemption, but that's not the case. They walk back their commitments and only to come to give endless excuses. We didn't thought this way. We thought this way. This is now was our expectation. So what was your expectation? What all you took into considerations when you're making these premises? But sadly, to 12:53 a.m. Paul, Harris, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate your time bringing your data. You could have been doing something else and say, you know what, I'm sick and tired with all of these conversations that keep coming on over and over and nothing is happening. But yet then still you refuse to give up. And I really commend your courage, your resilience, and your ability to make sure the right thing is done. It's going to take all of us a sacrifice where people will be able to make some hard decisions, hard choices, even if it's involved their own family person. But it's not happening, and there is no indication that it's going to happen. We create safe haven for criminals, alleged criminal or potential criminals. We dismiss them. We allow them to walk away. No questions being answered. No one being held accountable from past government to government. Government is being treated like a rag. Government is being treated like nothing. So the attractions that people should have as a citizen for the country is lacking. The only assignment, you go there overnight, you turn to a millionaire. People kind of make commitment, we will do this, we will do that, and at the end of the day, zero, Frenchman says, zero, nothing. So we don't know who is the Messiah. So probably the old man there needs to come right now and let all of our face derive. Who will go, who will survive, let them survive. And I wish that the day he comes, there will be a big screen, HD screen. And let all of us witness the trial and everybody. And let's see what are some people who have the courage to confess. To say, you know what, I lied so year, I lied so date. And the old man out there will be sitting in the throne will be asking why you have to lie. Why did you lie? And let's see some of the responses going to be coming out. We will just keep talking and talking and talking and talking, and nothing happens. Nothing, and nothing will happen unless we have people in charge. That first and foremost is a service call for the country to do for their country. They have to be honest. But the bottom line of this whole thing here, the bottom line of everything is this thing they call poverty. When poverty is hard, you know, you even if you want to be honest, but when that thing when it's on you, where you can't fend for yourself, where you can't get things done, and things start crowding in your mind. Oh, I'm here. Maybe they can dismiss me tomorrow, day after. Where becomes of my people? But they do also have tutorer, people who, when you get in the system, you must sit down here and like Jesus Christ. You must sit down here and say you want to be Mr. Honest. So they have these people who oriented people who will brainwash you, and even to the extent you want to do it, it becomes so difficult. You will be, names will be called, even to the extent you don't take time and lead you into something. That's the challenge that we have. You and I know for those of us in the West here, everybody want to work for the state. Everybody want to work for the federal. Why? Because the benefits, because all of the things that comes with aid. Everything. I know it might sound ridiculous here to make some comparison, but these are many of the reasons why people want to have a state job, because it's secure. Nobody, you don't have to speak to your minister and say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Everybody, yes, sir, chief, chief. You don't call them chief. The next day they call you in, you know what, this person, that person, that. No. When I came here, culture is something, and that brings me into something that I just went through today, this the diversities and stuff like that. When I came here first, my first supervisor was a lady. We used to outsource business from Liberia. And I'm the woman boy alone with everything so. So the lady I said for the first time, this lady was paying keen attention. So she was waiting to see what I going to be repeated. But she didn't know that Johnny just come. And we try to be so respectful, obedient, but our attitude far different from what we present as a natural human being. That's the thing about it. So this other guy who was working next to a Dominican guy. And so one day when he left, and this lady called me because there was a Ghanaian working. So they kind of said this sort of way of calling people. So she called and said, oh, Alfonso, you don't need to call me that way. I said, what? He said, no, you don't need to call me that way. Just call my first name and last name, whatever it is. That's fine. You want to speak to me, if you walk in here, you want to speak to me, fine. You don't want to speak, fine. All I care for is to do your job, what you're supposed to do here. Have it done correctly. Less supervision, do it, get the result. That's all I need. I said, what are you lady talking about? Is it like a bookie trap that she's trying to set for me? So when I call her name, so one African man came here, then this is high here, this is that. So I said, okay. I decided to consult my older brother. I didn't even tell my sister. I decided to consult my older brother because he been here for it. I said, my man, this is what my supervisor said to do. He said, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's we don't do that." I said, but people, you don't need to tell me the why." He said, "No, that's fine. You get no problem. Just call her first name, last name, whatever she wants you to call. You're just concerned about your job." How many of our people, for every minute, every second that you come across them, your super, your boss or minister, if you don't call them sir, you don't call them chief, I mean, it's just a problem. So they have created a situations where they should be seen as fearful people, so powerful. We should worship them. So we should bow down to them. We should have complete full submission to them. And that's part of what keeping us down because they prefer to be dignified so much. I am not saying that we should not respect our bosses. But this is just over the top. There's many of the reason. And they who want for people to worship them, they mean, very, very mean. And that's what all of these leaks are all coming about. You working with, you have style for God's sake. You do all kinds of dubious things. And those people comes across these papers in the office, moving paper here and there. They see the transaction to broad day. Trust me, even with the holiday that is coming here, with all of the loose money, some of their staff will be working and they do not even care to say, oh, this is your 27, not to say 26. But yet, that office, that janitor who comes in Monday to Friday from Ghana, from Bannerville, from Painesville, still committed to going to work, even with no transportation. They would never even made a mistake to even give a token as a gift from some of the corrupt money they get. They would never do it. Hi, everybody know, yeah, okay, Chi, yeah, you call in Chi, okay, I will see you. 12 o'clock, he or she gone home. You on your own. So now tell me, how do you expect that person to survive? Man, when he or she is not even taking pay, and even if taking pay, the salary does not commensurate with their living costs. Kids going to school. And we are not willing to have an honest conversation. There is no civil society organization that I know. All of the people that are doing acting like a little chihuahua, screaming, is because they want attention. And when they get that attention, that goes into the pockets of these politicians by just compromising the interest. And this is why institutions, organizations, political parties are not up to the task. This is why they are not surviving. I mean, poverty dominantly is the thing of it. You have people say they are part of the party, they don't pay membership due. Party only rely on whoever is the chief financier. And this is why when they get there too, whatever money that they give to people, they bring in all their family people, people that they will control, people that they will regulate, people that they will get back from them. So such a society is a very, very difficult one for us to manage. And the entire system is polluted. The telco, the telephone company, whatever internet company, we pay our money, they can't get the wind there, data inspection, your service will work, fine, we agree, buy our own material, put all the pipe that almost touch the sky, yet they ask, no service, they can't give our money back when we move. What kind of society is that? They hold our money, they can't pay it, they can't give it back, no service. The services we try to get for which for us to do what we're supposed to do, we can't get it. The money now is in their care. Whether they're making more money on it, we're not going to get anything anywhere, and it's there. You and I. So how can we have a nation where people don't respect other people. They don't respect other people because that is I pay for something for the service. You should provide those services, and I pay you. You're not offering the services, yet you're still holding out my money. You can't give my money. I can't get a service. You can't take complaint to anywhere. You talking, my brother dating here, that is the problem. So what else do we need to talk, or who do we, even if you take Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, the Bushes, and whoever, Biden said who not even moving good, you take 3 of them years and say you're going to be president of the Republic of America, there will be a same problem. It is not the country, it is the inhabitants of the country. The people that are there are the people that are causing problems for us, including the leaders. No one is willing to make a sacrifice. News media, everybody, no one is off the radar. Big news media, empire news media entity. They were compromised. They wanted something in exchange with politicians. They were making a long-term investment. It did not materialize what they wanted. That's why if you think you want to use somebody, they have other people that say, okay, don't talk. You don't have people on your shoulder and then you want to come knock your head. They're going to throw you in the water. So people thought they were going to use other people. So those people end up being much more smarter than them. So they are upset now. They're going renegade. Like, it's a renegade soldier. When you have a group of soldiers and their commander is killed in the battlefront, within that interrent, there's no order. Nobody taking order for anybody. So they are upset. And that's why I don't really pay attention, because they all have to get the country to be what it is. But yet then still, some Liberian people still believe that these people are talking for them. Talking what? Who you think want to make their own vein, just stretch their vein from Monday to Friday, whole round year, without a purpose of getting some sort of political or economic reward, or to get some. The reason you see all of it does happen anyway. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It happens here. The billionaires, the millionaires that you see sponsoring, be it the Republican to the Democrat, they have businesses that they want to protect whatever government, whether it's a Democrat coming, whether it's a Republican coming, they want to do that. They want to do it. So it's a loss and win game. You tell them one you win, you tell them one you lost. You put it there, you think you're going to use the man, you can't use the man now. Then you're going kind of like something. That's what we are having. All this confirmation that is going through is so charade. People yesterday, I'm this, I'm that. They were in the vanguard yesterday, frown on some things that were happening in society, in government, and they made a full commitment that this is how we do it. Here we are. Yet, the politicians are very smart people. So what they have done successfully, they have managed to infiltrate every sector, every society that could make an impact to avoid changes. They are in the media industry, they are in the churches, they are in the civil society, in the marketplaces, everywhere. Men of God and ordaining, they can ordain politicians. They got to get a big fabulous check as an offering from the politician. People praying for them. We're talking, so I don't mind people that are Liberian people, they can talk. We are unable to, we are very unsteady set of people. We are unable to make our own institutions that we say we have. So see what happening now. People now flying from one party to this other party, all one in new bottle. So that's the whole thing. Whether this protest and all of this kind of thing is just another crap, because these people, we know the English they spoke yesterday. And here we are today, they're trying to reconstruct the crime scene when they have not fully vindicated themselves. So why should I blame them? Why should I talk for people that I just do not know? You have people here on different media outlets, they not know me. I don't know them. Yet, they're giving you the reason why this person should be. So where are you coming from? You not know them, they not know you. Where are you coming from? To tell me. What is the collateral that you are putting in place tomorrow if it doesn't happen, that we should hold you responsible? You already told us you don't know them, they don't know you, but yet you are giving a convincing argument, broad day, night, 24/7. Let me bring in the Liberal Progressive. By the way, this is his night, but he did call today that Esther, Mrs. Fredericks, what's the other guy name? He was suffering from headache because they're expressing their views, their opinion. I will expose him, and he cannot deny it. So he surrendered his day to me because he afraid that these people are going to come back tonight. He asked me, can you please? So I said, but tonight is your night. Why are you asking me? So there must be a reason. Are you having a headache? He said, Mrs. Fredericks, her tweet, and what is the other gentleman name? I was asking, he coming on. I don't want, I ain't able to go there tonight. I said, He said, yeah, I'm not able to go there tonight. The Liberal Progressive is here. Good evening, the Liberal Progressive. Welcome. By the way, I'm sitting in for the Liberal Progressives. Today is Tuesday. So tonight, I don't know what's going to happen to his revving, whether the revving going to be here, but I can tell you tonight, their power is being diminished. We are in charge. It's a night of redemptions. It's a night of freedoms. It's a night of a celebration where you will talk freely about your country, but we also call for civility in this national conversation. I am not going to be the one to sanction your voice. Oh, yeah, I know this person is talking. He's going to talk this way. She's going to talk this way. These are the people. They are part of the problem. You don't know them. They don't know him. But yet, he gave us scriptures. He administering communion here for us to take, political communion. That is sad. But I'll bring you in here, Liberal. But what we intended to do, we decided to get a little take of what was happening, this protest stuff and thing here. So Lpr crew went all out today to just get a views of ordinary Liberian, what to make of the protest. I was not satisfied with some of the questions they asked. Some of them were subjective. Some of them, that should not be the role of journalists. But sometimes they are taken away when you see these microphone, when people come around, they are completely removed from the scene, and they put themselves, they decide to make themselves the show. But let's listen to some of the voices today, and I will be playing pieces by pieces. That is courtesy of the Liberal Public Radio crew. in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. Let's listen to this and we can have a conversation.
You good?
Oh, okay, so how you doing, brother?
I mean, tell me what's up. We want to talk about the project. They put everybody busy.
Let's go.
Now, let me stop this. That is one of the guys who, are you hearing me, Liberal?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, and right away I called him out. He was one of the guys, he with another network, but he was with for a reporter, this protester, everybody business. You know, so everybody in some kind of way correct this protest. That's not your role. That's not why you're supposed to be telling people they protest that everybody would be there. Now then you say how can you be an independent guy to go there and telling people this is everybody? So I don't get it. But let's listen to some of it.
How you doing, brother? You want to talk to us? How you doing, brother?
I mean, once I just want to know about the protest, everybody talking about it. No, you put a big fight. And the protest, everybody been in. And I've been in. But you're not going to add that.
How you doing, brother? I want to talk to you just for a few minutes. How you doing, brother? Your name? You are Mr. Gadi. This is like your public radio. You're also live on. You're also live on.
You live on Inside Liberia, brother. How do you feel?
How do you feel about the pronouncement of a nationwide protest, where Liberians will be coming up in the numbers on the 17th of July to petition the government on some of the happenings that they are dissatisfied about on the 17th of July?
Yeah. Of course, I'm a Liberian, but every Liberian get a right to go protest. We pray that the protest will be peaceful.
So you said if I were to protest?
Yes.
You think that will you join the protest?
Yeah, that will be there.
You got any reason why which you think you're going to join the protesters to protest?
Yeah, there are so many reasons.
What are so many reasons? At least 2 reasons you can tell us.
One of the reasons the government not treating all well. Because some of us were more rather than take our back or now we get doing nothing.
So say to your party, you don't hustle.
Yeah, we register our back. We almost 150 years to register our back.
So you be part of the protest?
Be part of the protest.
Your name again? Mr. Gadi, thank you so much.
That was I want to always smile about the protest.
Yeah, no problem if you are willing.
Your name again?
Talk to you.
What's your name, Baba?
My name is Mr. Sanu Magi.
Mr. Sanu Magi. Are you aware of Mr. Magi? Mr. Magi.
You pronounce it well.
Are you aware of this how it pronounced anticipated protest on the 17th of July?
Yes.
How do you see the protest?
Well, the protest, it is welcoming.
Welcome.
For me, yes.
Why do you say so?
Okay. I noticed that the way in which our country being governed, it is not proper. This is not the way we should be heading.
Do you think the issue of protest have changed anything in Liberia? If yes, what are some of them you can name?
Well, some got under control somehow, but not all of the time, because even if you protest, they are there, they're leading us. The way in which you expect them to do it, they might not do 100%. So from this, all you do is sit on the side and watch them. If you don't want to cause trouble, but if you, the best way that I think you can do is to go and express your grievance to the leaders of your country.
Are you a working person or you a businessman?
I'm self-employed.
You self-employed?
Great.
So what type of business do you do?
I do tailoring.
You do tailoring?
Yeah, by profession.
So meaning that you are welcoming the idea of this protest?
Yeah.
Are you going to form part of it?
I am part and parcel of it.
What's your name again?
My name is Mr. Sanu Magi. Remember that.
Mr. Magi.
Thank you so much, Mr. Michael. Of course, still talking to more people. Asking them
How you doing?
how that one all is small.
You want to talk to us?
No.
How you doing?
You want to?
How you doing, mama? Mama, how you doing? How you doing, mama? The person will be protesting on the 17th of July. The issue of protest.
The issue of protest.
Are you welcome, eh?
Well, Papa, I will be there in full.
Where
Huh.
is the man?
I'll be there in full.
What's your name?
My niece is a bullet.
Why do you think you're being a protest? Why
You see, we see what being a protest. Man, I go back to South. Let me share to you so you can put me walk there. There, like a sire, but your red tongue will buy it. I want to allocate to my own. The people say, we rescue us. That rescue you now. We for free.
So you think your country is better in hard shape?
No, we eat hard shape, Papa. We eat hard shape. There's small thing they will say me for them to buy, sell and walk. But first time, you see the lecture in the coming. Mama give me father, Mama give me 10 hours, I want 10 hours. But this time, say I can't money, 6 o'clock. Take a thing, yeah, say in the world.
So looking at your weird time, who you agree?
Who agree? Agree, Papa George. I didn't want to agree. Papa, I didn't want to agree.
But people protest for doing your weird time too now.
Because the team, they want to team, they are protesting, they don't know their function. They don't know their function because we're eating cool. They don't know their function, but they protest now. Me one year. Papa, you not see me here tomorrow. I get my crew. Tomorrow, can you are me on the table. They are not from refugee. Me, I get my own crew tomorrow.
So you think?
We put that together to there. Tomorrow, I come here.
Mama, after the protest, what do we think will change?
What you will change?
Yeah, after the protest.
After the protest?
Yeah.
You think what you will change?
Yeah.
Who said you said baga mokada? They say thing will change.
Oh, for you, can I?
Yeah.
I want
you mokada.
So to that baga here, when I say tell you one thing, what you going to tell you?
I will tell you, I said, Papa, you go all around from Kate to Kate, you see, of rescue us. But I rescue, when you come in rescue, and I say that rescue. Death. I agree rescue because he said, when I get there, I will do them one, I'll do them one, I'll do them one. And when you come do now, not seeing the hair, okay? We're confused and I'll put it in the chair. So that rescue. My two brothers, he pay you, he put that down. They're not working. The other one, he found out, you are secreted, he put it down, he's not working. My sister go protest, so how the college on you, the bee, the phone go going, the fair food. So we're going to rescue, we're going to rescue one thank you, we're going to kill.
Say your name again, Mama. What's your name?
My name is Isabole.
You said you'll be part of the protest.
I said I'll be there.
Okay. Thank you so much. How you doing, Mama? How are you, Mom? What's your name? Your name? Kumayala? How man, you heard people discussing the protest. On the 17th, the people said they will be petitioning the government led by Joseph Juma Boakai, telling them that they satisfaction. They say they satisfy the entire government. The government are working, the government are doing so many things they promised to do. So we want to become outside. Will you be a part of them?
I'm not part of them.
But you happy with the government?
I'm happy with the government. The government, I want no more the government.
The government,
they have to respect. I want government, they have to respect. You hear? That respect government. See the lot of children they on the street because they not honor respect. Yeah.
So
I'm more than happy of it.
So you said that normal the government, but others are complaining.
That their business. For me, I'm not complaining.
So you think the protest is necessary or not necessary? It's not necessary. So what if you supposed to tell someone?
Let me move this here. There you have it. Uncensored, unedited, right here. Hearing it in real time from ordinary Liberian, diverse group, diverse backgrounds from the political. The good thing about all young, everybody are politically grounded. They get their own side. So here we are at the Liberal. You know, she reminded me of you. That nobody, my hair not fade, nobody more, nobody. Probably if she had listened to you, I think that's the word you're gonna be using. But here we are, and there are more here. Probably will try to just shoot here and there. But Deliberate, where is the disconnect?
Mr. So, thank you for having me. Despite all of your opening tabata, I'm not going to dignify it because one of the things that I want you guys to understand, there was no, even if I have to redo it again, I would do the same thing. There is no way that I would sit on this platform and try Biden to argue that President Weah and his group of thieves should come and lead us again. That would have been asking me to put a road down with no guardrail. Anybody can drive off the cliff, and that's exactly what the situation was. So we find President Buckeye to be the one with the guardrail to make sure the country does not fall deeper into the hole. Nothing I could have done to change that, and that's exactly why I chose to support President Buckeye, because I believe, and I still do, that he will help us. But let me go back to this thing here. For those who are with the government, those of us that support the president, yeah, we can come here and make all kind of big mouth. But these are very serious people. The people that you just interviewed or that was part of this program tonight from Liberia, these are real people. They are not San Jacinto living here, don't have no vote in Liberia. You got through eating five bag of rice with 2 goats, and then he say they suffering protest. The protest that is coming is a very serious one. Don't listen to us as whatever you might call us, surrogate or whatever for the president, and we'll come here, we'll make big mouth. Don't listen to us. Don't take our word for it. Listen to the people in the street. Many of these people, if you were to ask during the election, they didn't vote for CDC. And the reason why they're turning is that we voted for this government to turn things around, and they are repeating to do the same thing that we thought we were going to get rid of. This is the
are they doing it now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. This government is repeating exactly the mistakes of CDC. I will say that much. And therefore, I'm saying don't this unity party or those of us that support President Buckeye. I can come here and defend myself and make a big mouth, but don't listen to me. Listen to the people who has the power to vote. And not only that, these are people that are that will be in the street. So they should listen to them, because you have people who are in government now. The corrupt behavior that was in Joshua government is still repeating itself. The people, the sycophant that were in Joshua government is still repeating themselves.
Let's listen
to self-position is still repeating themselves. So what's the difference?
All right, let's listen to more of this. I want to say a big thank you to our congressional correspondent, Tani James Kabar, Karaseta with a guy. Because these are people are supposed to listen to. I don't know how well politicians listen to these people, but let's listen, because like I said, it's unedited, it's uncensored, just it's real-time people.
Yeah, but their own West. Every day people dying.
So when they bring Joseph Baga, even on you, when it's going to fast Joseph Baga, what you tell Joseph Baga?
Joseph Baga?
Yeah, when they bring
I'll
here.
tell Joseph Baga, I say, your government corrupt. Nothing. Do for that people.
Now, this is profound. I don't know the age of this lady. I want us to talk these things bit by bit, because there's a need that we have this open, honest conversations with the people, and that will help them potentially in making informed decisions. Unlike you, means we had a different route. You didn't see it that way. What you're a grown man, you can make your own choice. If you hear this lady, that old lady sitting, I don't know what she's selling, maybe we'll get back to it. The guy asked her, what did they do? He said, what? Corrupt. Now, that is profound.
It is. It is, Mr. And this is what I'm going to say again to Unity Party and this president. Willow Spoon and the Spoon TV have exposed not just what is happening in this government, but past government. Have Willow Spoon and Spoon TV have done such a masterful job of explaining the process of corrupt behavior in Liberia. And this is what they do. That is very good. They're not only saying people are corrupt, but what is the side effect of the corruption in the government? What does it do to the people? And you heard this lady. You heard her. You want to tell me that she really understands corruption? No, but she understood the side effect. If you are to press her, why are you saying that? She will start naming some of the side effect.
Okay,
And the side effect of these people's behavior is so profound in our country. It's unbelievable because these people are the ones that are feeling the real corrupt behavior.
All right, let's get more of this.
All the thing why prime people you say, you do nothing.
But the government have, Mama, the government just go on 1 year, roughly 8 months.
The government stay young.
The government stayed young. All of us are saying the government say we should give the government time. Do you think the people?
Time for what in ya?
Time for
They have not gone the 6 years into power.
Go, I'm not going to have a friend there. Anything why there? Yes, sir. Everything, yes, sir. Everything, yes, sir. Now, why the men do the come? The people they get a man because the men don't go. So they get people to read a book for the Liberian people.
So you be part of the protest? No.
Why?
So, liberal.
Yes.
Now, this appears to me, despite these old people, our mothers, our aunts, they're having a little water market, but they are also listening to what is happening in the world.
Yes.
And all of these things have their own aftermath effect.
Yes.
Am I going off track?
No. The government is paying the Minister of Information and their people free money. They're eating free money. Listen to this, Omar. Everything they say, he say yes, sir, and they gain people to read because he know book. Those are propagandas from the other side, and they are doing a masterful job again to infiltrate the mind of the Liberian people and the mind of the specific Liberians, those that are in the gutter, those that are yet to be able to set foot in the schoolhouse. Those are the people the opposition are getting to. In fact, if the protest were to be suspended tomorrow, for me, it have achieved a lot. It has, even if the people don't get in the street, Mr. So, I was involved in a protest, the 1979 protest. It wasn't widespread like this. When we went to part office to start gathering that for information, that was the time we started hearing from the Honorable Deacon Carter explaining, so if the protest was to happen, what are some of the things that we should be expecting? In this situation, this opposition have gone farther enough to explain to the people what the protest is about. The Ministry of Information and us as rescue, whatever you want to call us, we are not doing a good job to come out and say something that will be on not counterweight, so to speak, but at least to come back to say these are the kinds of things the government is doing. You go into protest, you have the right to protest, but let's give you the other side of the issue so that you will have enough information. You heard that other lady. She said that they are business because she has nothing to defend or except to be emotional. The other side, the opposition side, they don't have to be emotional. You have the two ladies. They so far when they're talking, they can be laughing. They say President Waka has not done anything. We on the other side, because we have not yet been informed or given information of what exactly these people have achieved that we can stand on and say we're going to defend this. The only thing we do here is defend the character of the president, because we know the character of the president, because we know who this president is. We're not defending the policy, because I see nothing. The only thing I see is the president character, and I want to make sure his character stay intact, because I know he's a decent man. But the people around are the people that are really causing this protest. As far as I'm concerned, if Monuba Monu were to come out tomorrow and say, let's suspend the protest, it has achieved a lot.
Explain more of this.
To me that maybe he wants to change the ways of doing things. I don't understand what I'm saying.
Okay. So your name again, Mama?
I'm Nere Bear. Nere Bear.
Thank you, Manelli.
Man, there yes, speaking of us supporting the issue of protest. How are you doing, Dad? You are live on Liberia Public Radio.
What are you small, baby? About the protest on Thursday.
Are you aware of any protest?
You know about the protest, Benny? People say they coming up, big protest on Thursday. Okay, so tell us the name first. What's the name?
I'm Bravo.
So the people say Thursday. People say Thursday. They come out, big protest. So they come and tell Joe our president Waka, and the representative they say enough is enough. What you feel about it? What you got to say about the protest, Benny?
Well, I'm not very informed.
Yeah, there's a reason why he said there's a group. They said they are coming up to tell their government enough is enough. Do you welcome this idea? They will be marching on the principal street to petition President Waka.
Well, they sensitize me on what they want to do. They are going to be aware of it.
So,
have you been part of any protest before?
No, I don't think I
Why? Why you don't take part in protests?
I'm a citizen that I don't like protest.
what do you do for a living?
No, you see, there are some other free thinker or like-minded people. You heard a gentleman, they must sensitize me. So for him, he needs more information. This is the uniqueness of our society now. It is involved with people of different. You can't just pull somebody here in the top and think say they're going to go with him. I mean, for him, you say he's a citizen. He's not against people protesting, but he must be sensitized. He needs more information.
Listening to that man, that's a cause for hope. Those of us that support President Bakai, it means there are yet still other Liberians who are on the fence, so to speak. In other words, this guy has not been informed of anything, neither from the government side nor from the opposition side. So if we are able to get to those type of people quickly as possible, perhaps we might be able to win the numbers game. This is all numbers. Politics is about numbers. And the protest is part of politics. It has nothing to do with money and things like that. Most of the people that are organizing it, they're not broke. They're looking for numbers. They're looking for sympathy. On the other hand, we who supposed to be the defender of this government, not necessarily the Unity Party government, but President Baka and whatever it is that he's doing that we believe in, we do not have enough information to be able to express freely what exactly is happening in this government. All you hear every day is corruption. People are stealing. People have interest, and people are doing X, Y, and Z. We're not going to explain ourselves to come and justify their X, Y, and Z stuff. Their sycophancy. I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in, what are they doing? And you heard the president. He said the rascal. He calling some of these people, some of his government officials, the rascal. He said will soon be gone, Mr. So. The situation in Liberia, even after the only sad thing here is this: if this president, our president, the father of the nation, were to come after the protest and say, now I'm going to do a reshuffle, CDC and the opposition will claim that they have done a job by convincing the president to get rid of certain people, which is nonsense. Because the president is already, he had already told us that some of the rascal will be gone.
Okay.
get nothing to do. They want cause trouble for with the poor people. Yeah.
So when people come to you, they will say no food, no nothing. When they give you money and share, go to anybody for them.
I will not do it. Anybody give me money to go cause trouble, I will eat it. Yeah, I want to see the officer that they will go call for me.
The people are saying that they will peacefully assemble to petition the government. Honor His Excellency Joseph Diman Bwaka. They want to give him a piece of note telling him these are the things they want him to do. These are the things that the Liberian people are complaining about. They are not saying they're going to cause chaos. Do you think that the protest will be peaceful as they are saying?
They protest, they say it will be peaceful, but some people plenty evil. They go over the bed, keep it safe, they can run down the nana, they put in the red oil, the aqua oil, the Christine, and for them to come outside with it. Yeah.
So what's your message to them?
My message is so my honor get it, they might leave the trouble being there. We sitting now, what I want here on fire, we're looking for food for our children. Then they need the trouble being there because some of them, they not get nothing to do, they not get no family to take care of. So that why they plan to go cause trouble on the streets, that any damage that will come out, they will be running here and there.
So they look at we are time for Gatana. Because we are time of project, for Gatana project. I see the two government.
The two government, the other government, but I'm not saying no that it's to us.
For government talk.
It's to us. You are the strong. If you're not strong, you will not survive. And someone will never go back to the source to make fun. Yeah? So you are strong, you will fight the government and you will survive. So that it also.
So if it's supposed to have father people in what protesting, what are you telling them?
The only thing I will tell them, they might not cause trouble. The way the last time they were interviewing the other putting me on air, they may say that they will be there to control them. And they will not be able to control that people because someone else offer trouble. Yeah, the police force will not make it with that crowd that coming outside. The police will not make it. I'm not saying no lie.
Where are you, Mama?
I need to make a copper.
What kind of maggie selling?
I'm selling roasted cassava.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, Mama.
That was all. You good?
So, I don't know. Mr. Collins, good evening. Welcome. You see, I mean, everybody now in the country, they glue to whatever piece of information in order to be able to speak their mind freely. You listen to the other lady, right? You listen to her, you know, and try to make reference to what I believe the police chief said and some of the things that she feels could happen because people won't come to cause trouble. They're greasing their gun, this and that, whatever, you know. That whole same thing. But no, Terry, let me just bring you just coming into this fries here. I've been saying, I don't know whether there was anything to date. I don't want to come to a full conclusion as to whether maybe or probably tomorrow. What should GOL do? Because it's not just not just only her citizens. We have other people that live within our borders. We have folks in the diplomatic, within our diplomatic enclave. We have foreign nationals. The safety of these people as well, it comes into play. It is a responsibility of the government to make sure the security is up to task and citizens are reassured. Do you think we're going to see some sort of major press conference, news conference coming from the government, be it the Ministry of Information or the security apparatus to reassure Liberians, friends of Liberians and foreign diplomats that everything is under control? Is that what they should be doing at this time?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're supposed to speak. Somebody that Justice Minister or maybe Gregory Coleman. I think Gregory spoke the last time, and I was not in favor of it. I think that already boosted the protest. But even in America here, we see protests unfolding. We see people burning stuff, people destroying this, people destroying that. Protest is when people feel disenchanted with certain conditions, they come out to protest. I don't think the government is going to stop people from protesting. I think the only thing, unfortunately for Africa, protests almost like somebody trying to overthrow the government, because that is how African leaders perceive protests to be. But I don't see nothing wrong with the protests, and I really don't think I would be very shocked to see that protest is really pulling organic people. Like I was listening to the video when you were playing. The two person, the one of the ladies said she from River G. River G is a mostly populated place for former president. We are that the people there. The other lady that was saying that what she said, or anything the man said that yes sir, you know straight she been listening to plenty CDC radio station there, and she from NASA. So all the thing what Joseph Boga told, she didn't hear that one. She only one year the one what the band say yes sir, yes sir. So you know these are things the
So
other
wait a minute.
asking.
So you are saying that CDC radio should be taking a
But these are sedition. Look, let me tell you, label. I mean, if you listen to the organic people, like that lady that they talk, you know that she's neutral. She's telling you that the country hard, things are tough. All right, but she don't support people going to carry arm and something or to destroy or to disturb. But you can protest. You even one other Peking said it. Peking said protest is good, it's part of the law, you know. But he not going because he got the time he would take to go protest. You got to go say it better. So if you listen to organic people on that, I was watching it on LPR page on LPR page. If you watch that thing, you will listen. The people that spoke from their heart, that understood the matter, they were able to present clarity. But the other people that were biased, like the other elder that said he would be there, the man asking the question, the general asking, say, have protest produced any result? He was confused. That question choking. He didn't even know what to say. He said, well, you know, something can come under control and some other one. So he said he would be there, but he can't tell you really what kind of, but he did say something that was very profound. He said, but our people there, you can never tell because the person you go jump for now, you support the person get it tomorrow, they do different things. So what we're saying is that for me, I'm not against it. I'm for it. In fact, I want it to happen because this is to test JMB government. It's to test it. It's a test. And it's good for him. That we call evaluation. Even like you were talking earlier on about evaluation, you know, at your workplace, every 6 months, labor, I think yesterday or so, do you go for evaluation? You know, that is what this protest is going to do for this government. It's going to take to GMB, how you looking? How are you looking politically? How you treating your people? How do people feel after 1.5 years? How do they feel about you? So, and the people that will come out that will see it to be organic, the government should not see it to be an offense. They should learn from it, and they should do. If they see that the protest take a shape, that they know that they can see organic people, when they give their plight and they make their grievances, listen to them and try to tackle it, it will help this government to move forward as compared to previous leadership.
Okay, so Liberal, let me insert you into this conversation. Let's kind of try to focus without us saying the details. We don't know precisely how many person want to turn out, the capacities of the messenger here. Let's look at the organizers, the face of the protest itself. Should we take them serious?
Of course, these are Liberians. I don't believe in that the people that see this year. No, 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 no. These are Liberians. However, Mr. So, for me, Monuba Monu, from my own perspective, Monuba Monu not only trying to organize this protest, but he wants to prove a point to the insider of CDC to
So
say,
no,
hold
no,
on, hold on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
you need to hold on. I am the interviewer. So don't tell me to hold on. You will hold on. So now, if you say Moluba Molu is trying to prove a point, it says like an indirect in terms of he does have command over people. What is he Molu trying to achieve here? What sort of accommodation is he seeking?
Monuba Monu was chairman of CDC. Monuba Monu, before becoming chairman, he was the head of the strategic process or the voting process of bringing people together in CDC. And when after that, the second term around, they made what's his name? This guy, the former chairman
Now,
at the port,
Nabe?
Eugene Namwe. They made him the face of the campaign, and Moruba Moru remained the chairman, but a distant chairman. He was, from all indication, he was not quite the insider. However, by doing this, Monuba Monu is suggesting and saying to Sedition, the insider, these are the kinds of things that I can do, and I've done it before. I'm doing it again. If you had to listen to me, we won't be this far. This protest is not just a protest in the street.
So, but then who does it benefit?
Listen, Mr. So I'm giving you some political gurus experience here. This is not just this is protest for us. In our eyes, it's a protest in the street. But there is a wheel turning within the CDC and outside of the CDC. Former Sedition are watching this protest as well. Monuba Monu is trying to show that indeed he has the power to organize. And people believe in Sedition, believe in Monuba Monu. The real low-class Sedition. Not no so-called both people Sedition. I'm not talking about that. So this protest, for me, is going to do two things. It's going to now solidify Monuba Monu opposition as being the tactician in the CDC, whom CDC hierarchy decided to push him away. And now he's saying to them, look what I can do. Look what I should have done if you were to
the political groove.
I'm just giving it to you as it is. And the fact that they didn't listen to him, he's going to show now. And here's the second thing here. Here's the second thing, and a very interesting one. Many of the people that are going to be in the street tomorrow are people who are angry from the election because they didn't win the election. Mr. So, we're not stupid around here. We know. So let me just say this here to you. If I was advising this president, this government, I would say, police, whatever, Mr. President, ask your finance minister to come up with thousands of dollars and buy water and line the water, I don't call it the plastic bag, plastic bag, line them the street. And you will weaken the opposition so quickly, they won't know what to do. But if you lift your finger against anybody to this protest, they will gain the popularity that you're seeking. They will gain the relevancies that you're seeking. So do nothing to help them. Because this protest is for Monuba Monu to show once again, that he's a person who people are supposed to believe. Let me say this last one. I was in Monrovia 2018 after the election. It was around January or so. I went to CDC headquarters, and Monuba Monu was announcing at that time that tomorrow we want people to come to the football field. SKD. What's the name of that football field? Dole Stadium. We will cook them. People will eat. Yeah, not Anthony Thompson Stadium. The other big one. Yes, and people will come to eat because we have won the election. And I asked Monuba Monu. He came to me because they recognized that I'm a journalist. So he came to me and asked and said, Mr. To, you have a question? I said, yes. I said, you guys are known to be reckless. But of course, when I was saying that, my phone was trimming because I was in the dying land. I said, you guys are known to be reckless and rude. How is it that you're waiting this long because people are expecting you to get in the street? He said, Mr. Toad, that's exactly what they wanted us to do. But we have grown out of that. We're not going to be in the street. We are more disciplined than what is expected. And this is the Monuba Monu that is coming up tomorrow, this protest. Thank you.
Okay, it's getting serious. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I kept forgetting your email address. I asked the Liberal been very, very good.
Will you please tell Mr. Zango that my show here tonight? He ain't like coming on my show now because he saw you. That's why he coming running here.
That what happens when there's abuse of power.
I know, right?
Misuse of power. When people want to have that sort of authoritarian behavior, then people, kind of back up. These are some of the things we're talking.
Well, Mr.
Mr.
Sue, thank you for sending me the link. Some people decided to omit me today, but
yeah,
the Lord moved in mysterious ways. It's wonders to perform.
I did pray, so I did commit to pray.
So here we are. Let me bring some let me bring some reality to Mr. Sampson to hype. Mobile Molu. I was in Liberia. I've forgotten the year now when the Unity Party government was under the leadership of the former president, Mrs. Salif, and CDC had a protest. If you recall that protest where they had the coffee in the middle of the road, I was in Cinco, and we all were trying to get home. I living in Pinsville at the time. That was that protest that CDC had. And there was someone who got shot at CDC headquarters. Guess who did the shooting? It wasn't the citizens. It wasn't Mobile Model. It was the government of the Republic of Liberia at the time, under the Unity Party-led government. Every time there is a protest, it is usually the Unity Party government that's in power, and that's where people get hurt. When what the gentleman name, man? Costa did his protest. If you recall, they brought the cannon. I believe I said be corrected, but the government
June 7?
It was the government are in power again. The government introduced violence. So if you can talk about fear, hype of violence during the protest, it is usually the government that has the personnel, the weapon that introduce violence into it. The Constitution provides that the people have the right to assemble and have the right to approach the government and deliver the message to the government. There are many ways to do this. The best thing this government can do is protect and defend their right to assemble. At the end of the day, when the sun is hot, when they finish doing what they have to do, they will go home. Let me take you back to 1979 when we were kids. It was the government of the Republic of Liberia that introduced violence. So stop hyping the people talking about Mobile Model. Mobile Model is not God. Now, what message they want to share with the government? I don't know. We all listen, waiting to hear. But stop hyping the community. Stop hyping this whole situation. Everything will be fine. The people will go and do their protesting. At the end of the day, they all got to go eat their dry rice. They will go home. And that lady said, they're hungry. They got to send their children to school. Stop making this thing look like the sky is falling. Please. I digress at this point. Go ahead.
Apparently, Mr.
Hold on. There's nothing.
Something.
Yeah, it's not. You're not in charge. You saw your birthright. So at this point, you are completely disabled in this conversation. But let me come back to you. You said something, Mr. Zango. And this it's not just only unique to Liberians. The lack of political tolerance, security apparatus, personnel, people that are in charge, the approach to protesters sometimes result into violence. When we see that sort of high level of tolerance to do everything possibly they can to avoid provocation, obviously there will be some people there that will want to provoke the situation, and there will be some other paramilitary personnel now who don't know that's the ultimate goal, and because at the end of the day, the government will be perceived as a bad group of people, and it will go right. Will their bosses tell them, going out there tomorrow, day after, exercise maximum tolerance, unless somebody really, not little thing you're going to put, will we see that happening? Or somebody just going to make hell break loose and we have a chaotic situation, which we are not hoping for.
Look, we're all hoping, like you said, that this thing doesn't become chaotic. But at the end of the day, you're always going to have those elements who, for some reason or the other, think they will be better served if they can provoke violence. All right, that goes to us saying. But this is where the government need to show its supporters, its general population, that you are the government, not for Unity Party. You are the government for the Republic of Liberia. And so when the IG, what they call the director of police, introduced his men into the field, they need to understand that they are professional and they have to carry themselves in a professional manner. Now, there will be attempts. I mean, we see it all over the world. I mean, the Washington, D.C., there are more protests on a daily basis in Washington, D.C. Why you don't get anything? Because the people have prepared themselves. They know these protesters are going to try to provoke them. And you only hear about the one that get out of hand. At the end of the day, I don't think that there is any plan, any nefarious plan on the government part to see that this thing come into a violent situation, because you're right. Only the government can look bad here. So something too, I know you are a supporter of this. You say you're not a supporter of the government, but you're a supporter of GMB, President Boycott. Please believe me, trust me, the old man will be fine. His people that he has, his national security team, all they have to do is to make sure they can stop this protest. People want to protest. Let it clear the way. Let the poor demonstrate. Let it present the petition the way they want to present it, to whom they want to present it to.
Mr. So
I'm
I
still
think
talking.
Listen.
Let them present.
You had your day yesterday, please.
Let them present what they want to present, and at the end of the day, they will go home. That's it.
Mr. So
Hold on, Mr. Tor. We can't do that. We sing together. We can't talk together.
Thank you.
This network, on my watch, we have to maintain sanity into the national conversation. I know you're getting in feelings, emotion kicking in. We do understand, but just hold your peace. Let me go to the phone line here. When you sell your birthright,
what do you mean by phone line? Before you go to the phone line, let me make a point.
you can't. You're not conducting. You can't tell me that this is what I need. You can't come in my house and kind of remotely control who's to. You don't know who the stranger that come in my house. You already
Go
in. Don't worry.
ahead. Carry on.
Get some juice.
Carry
Okay.
on.
203, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's hear you.
I think I just spoke, and it's good to see you guys on, Mr. Zango, and the liberal progressive, the wannabe politician pastor. So, look, I listen to Terry, and sometimes I wonder, I don't know how you want to play this politics. You call Liberian people artificial in so many words. The people you see that they are not organic. And when English is speaking, you saw people on the streets, and this is not just a sample test of people's views from Lpr. Who were on the street months ago? Other radio stations were on the street months ago, interviewing people about the hardship in the country. All right. Now we're talking about EPS officers that were laid off in the hundreds. We're talking about civil servants that were laid off in the hundreds, if not thousands. All right. We're talking about people that are being disenfranchised. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about all of the different things that are happening in a society. Then you're talking about organic and artificial. What's going on, brother? Look, let me tell you one thing. Today I saw a share in our chat room, and it surprised me to see the national police honor a government that this liberal and the likes of liberal, like the Eugene Fagon, calling it big boy government, big man government. The police were sinking and insulting at the police station, rolling on the ground like some the tits. They were saying Jesus wept, John 11:11, Jesus wept, and this, that, and the other one. What is this for? Does Mr. Asango say? This thing does not call for all these publicity. You're even giving the protest more strength. You're giving the people in the international community to say, oh, hold on, something going on in Liberia. Let the people come out. Let the people express themselves through the democratic process or the constitutional process. Give the petition to government. All protests that went wrong in our society did not come from the protester. We know the history of protests. It always came from the government. Let's go way back to 1979 when the Liberal, they were organizing the how do you call it, progressive movement. It was the government that came out and shot among protesters that caused chaos. And they start busting stoves and doing all sorts of things, and it spiraled into what we have today. All right. So look, we have to understand the fact that this government is not proceeding the right way. And like Terry said, it will be an eye-opener for Joseph Boakai to start to govern properly, lead the Liberian people according to the arrest agenda, and make the Liberian people's lives better. I don't say it's going to happen overnight, but just ease the tension in the country, stop the witch hunt, do some things that will make the Liberian people feel that, yeah, this is an analyst, statesman that have 50 years of experience, and stop the surrogate from being so bad and doing things that are very dangerous. And one of the things, don't forget, this thing is, and I keep saying not sedition protest, but you know, sedition will come in it because they are all civil society. We got groupings. They will all come together because they are agreed. You got the president who built the presidential lodge to build it and name it after his wife. Right after he left office, not even 3 weeks, you deny him entry in our presidential lodge. You think the seditions are happening? You got people who even saying they were prosecuted.
What is it? A show of TCDC tonight?
The first lady. You got people who say they will prosecute the first lady for being a first lady only because she's George Weah's wife. Because she have a foundation. You don't know after a president leaves a Webster meeting, a foundation, regardless of where she got her money from. You don't know as long as she's doing the things that honor the Constitution that she said she would do prior to. You don't know that? What all of these things coming for? Because they are being vindictive. They didn't come to government. They came to pay back and be retaliatory. And when you do that,
all right,
people turn against you.
Let me hold you there. All right, this is quite interesting. Lebron.
Mr. Soul.
No. Listen. We are talking about a sovereign nation. We are talking about a country. And just what we said, you heard the leader say there are some people will protest, some people will not protest. So let a man speak his mind. We don't leave no one behind in national conversation. I know something is burning with me, but let's hear you.
First of all, I'm not going to respond to Walter Carter because I do not want to dignify his tabata behind the scene here. I just want to enlighten my good friend and brother, Mr. Ezanko, a little bit. Mr. Ezanko, I was in the mix of the protests of 79. That Saturday, I was at the Ministry of Education doing my chore as a cadet, and I went in to clean my mom's office. And after that money, I went from there, from the Ministry of Education. I went straight to Ronald Street, Geller Street area to go and see what was happening. So I saw the beginning, the very beginning of that protest. So I am quite aware of it. However, I was not suggesting that indeed Moruba Moru is the God. Far from that. My point, and I will emphasize this, my point was that Moruba Moru, this protest is to show that Moruba Moru not only is an organizer, but to show to sedition, who many believe was kicked out of the hierarchy of the CDC ranking, and that he wanted to show that I'm still have it. That's my point. But I want to explain that, Mr. So. Let me say, Mr. So. Let me say this here. This protest, if the government have not listened to me before, if they can just listen to me now, the liberal, the guru, rescue one here, if they can just listen to me, do nothing but to do wrong. No, fear nothing but to do wrong. And that is, this is Alamo. And that is, remember the Alamo. And let me just say this here very quickly, Mr. So. Look, the government of the Republic of Liberia must do everything in their power to make sure these people, the protesters, are protected. Because you're talking Liberia. The protester will be in the street, and the police can be on the side of the protester as they're walking. People from the other side who most likely have no clue, don't want to see this thing to turn out right. They can be walking on the side, not even part of the protest, but start throwing rock over the police. And the protester might want to respond to those things. You got to be mindful of that. And therefore, once Monuba Molu have the opportunity to talk to the officials of this government, you cannot do anything to make sure that this thing is peaceful. If anybody is being brutalized by the police, this government is done. Capuz, finito. And they know it. So they will not repeat, because one of the things CDC was saying, and they had this guy picture, the guy who did the shooting during the CDC protest. They has his picture as being the head of the police that are supposed to guide the demonstrators. And that is their propaganda platform that they're going with. That this guy who killed one of us before is now back in the security apparatus to be part of the protest on the side of the government. And so the government has to be very careful, because you can't come from here with Mr. Donald Trump and you have this kinds of thing in about a week. This is what CDC is looking for, to make sure that your reputation as a free country, as someone who is legitimately elected and love peace, President Walker, that they will do everything possible, if you're not careful, to make sure that reputation does not survive. To say, look what he's doing.
So who was wrongfully elected?
Mr. So,
let me say something.
Listen.
I said the man was elected, legitimately elected. He didn't come through the position, through the back door. He came through the front door. We campaigned for him. So what are you talking about?
I'm asking who were then wrongfully elected.
I'm not talking about wrong or right. I'm saying
who passed through the back door that was elected.
You want me to call their name? You know me. What do you do to me? Nothing. Nothing.
I'm asking you quite. You see, we are on obligation here. When we come
what obligation? When you honor obligation to do your journalist stuff, and I honor no obligation to answer your question. That's the first thing. You heard what I woman said. You heard what that lady said. She said, "I your business."
Mr. Toya has become emotional again. So let's let him take a break. But let me
I'll come to you 1 second. Let me just go to the line here. Clarence, good evening. Clarence, are you there?
Yeah. How you doing?
Okay. I think you are blowing your bullhorn. Rescue 2, Shukan Rescue 2 is yet, and you're listening to Rescue 1. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the show tonight. But to me, Rescue 1 and the data, the discussion tonight.
Oh God! I didn't hear what you said. What you said? You coming for the whole show?
The interview that you were trying to, justify tonight was a state-managed interview. Because
wait a minute.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that, there's a reason of saying this. Okay. Today, I found an interview today on to LDA. The LDA said that there was a gentleman from LDA. I think there was a total of 15 to 20 members. And they said that they are volunteers. They are total of 5,000 volunteers of LDA. And since they got recruited, up to this time, none of them they are now on the payroll. And they are talking about protests. So the journalist asked him, how long have you been a volunteer with LDA? The other guy said you were recruited 2018. The other man said 8 years. The other man said 9 years. But then when they asked them for their ID card and their letter of employment, they said they left it home. So what I'm trying to say is this. It did not follow whether you are leading power. If you don't have means getting to cater to your policy, be very, honest and tell them that, hey, we don't have need to, to put all of you to the system. But you leaving the power, you bring it, you flood the entire payroll, you brought a lot of volunteers, and saving our LDA, AJ at the same time, arresting people on the street, arresting people coming with drugs in the country. Then we say something now, complaining that all people in Kenya, the government continue to take people from payroll. And when the interview went further, they are saying that the faster the president, they are calling the president to go to LDA, okay, on Thursday, not so, they will protest. So these are some of the things getting like the causing problem in our country. Not for the if Joseph Guaka chair is forward. To me, I don't see the reason why the other party get to bring a lot of parties in the area and getting a leader as a volunteer. These are the things that are creating the tension in the country. Besides that, the other lady said that she's battling around cassava from the regime. In the cassava, they don't buy the cassava. We had a land there when today the Burkina Faso invading the land in our era. You say now in Monrovia saying clear cassava, they complaining. So everybody, they interview for the interview to be really possible. You go there, the general go in the various counties. The interview people that be in the various counties, but not everybody that say like Monrovia. Somebody will tell one pack of biscuit and be on the street and say the same. You're not being doing well for ourselves. So I mean, we're not being doing well for ourselves. If we want for the country to go forward, I'm not against the protest. Let the people down the street. It's your right, it's your constitutional right. And listen the next month or two. But they are saying today should be the first day of the protest because it's 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. And the men say that it is their right for them to go to the House of Representatives, House of Senate, but they are saying that they won't go to the president. They say no. They say you have a petition, your lawmaker, they say my petition the president.
Okay, yeah, hold on. Let me pick up this call here. I hope I'm right shift. Let me see. Hopefully it shouldn't go off. Okay, Dr. Mali, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good morning or good evening? Are you in like?
Is that me already?
No, you're there. I said, hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, like Dr. Mali, are you here or are you in Liberia?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. But I send the link anyway. Okay. Good to have you. I guess, yeah, I did send the link out. All right, let's hear you. Clarence, just hold your peace. Let's bring in our analyst, Dr. Mali Jones. Dr. Jones, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. I just want to make one or two historic corrections. First of all, there is no tangible record that the government has always become violent against protesters. Around the world, no government has the intention or on record of exercising violence against protesters. When the when a peaceful protester changes his nomenclature from being peaceful to a troublemaker, the government has the constitutional right to put you in check. As long as you remain peaceful, the government will never be violent. But as long as you abuse your status as a peaceful demonstrator and you begin to throw stones and you try to destroy property, the government has a constitutional right to put you in check. So, if our economists are claiming that government are always exercise violence against protesters, those are not protesters. Those are troublemakers. They have changed their nomenclature from peaceful protester to a troublemaker. And when you change your nomenclature, the government is going to use the constitutional tools to deal with you.
Oh, okay. There you have it. If you want, you can stay on. Okay, let Clarence end his point, then we'll come to you. Clarence, end your point quickly.
Yes, so to conclude tonight, the the issue of the protest, to me, Moluba Molu in the past, when Moluba Molu kind of protest, the government will call him, they call him bribe, this and that. They will not have to honor the rescue government. The next day they can take the 3 day, the 4 day, the only thing I have vowed for the protester, they should be peaceful, because where your right end is where another person's right begins. The country is great for all of us. If they are dissatisfied with the government, they should be peaceful in their protest. They will not call kill. I think the international community also pay attention to the protest. So when they be peaceful, I know when they are peaceful, the government will be peaceful. But when they begin to start looting, the way getting at the end of the day, the state security can come in again to cancel the street. But I pray that the protest be peaceful. Thank you, CEO.
Yeah, so I did hear you saying, and I just want to make sure. I hear you saying the interviews done in Morovia is stage money because the reporters didn't go outside the country. It is because they were done in Morovia. Is that you strongly believe that?
Oh, the reason why I say was stage money because you are doing the interview.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I know there were a couple of errors, and I even sent message today to say, "Oh, the people should doing." That's most of our folks things taken it away, and sometimes, I don't know that over excitement, whatever it is. But I would say the microphone just bumped into people. I mean, there was no way. All right, but your views and opinion always matters on this network. Thank you so much, Dr. Mawit. You can stay it. Kept up. We are already almost out of time. But let me go to Mr. Zango and then we'll start.
Let me address two things real quickly. First, Mr. Sampson told say in 1979 you were at the Ministry of Education playing in my office. That Saturday, I recall that the head of that office, I told everybody to go and not be there because they were mindful of the protests that were coming in April 15th. So what were you in the office? So what's that?
I had a key.
All right, let me
please.
You want your own, you want
I
your own thing. Let me go to the next.
I had a key.
Let me go to the next.
I was running that place. You know that. Please. I beg you.
You were there doing Junction to the boat camp. There you there go get started. Go clean up.
You were there doing your own thing. All right. Now let me come to Dr. Pakani's last thing. What the doctor said earlier. I think he must have misunderstood my point. So let me carefully and succinctly articulate what I said. What I was trying to convey earlier. My argument was specific about Liberia and not around the world. Our recent history has shown that every deadly force that has been used in every protest that we can recall in the Republic of Liberia has been initiated by the government of the Republic of Liberia. That is my point. There is nowhere in your constitution where it gave the government of the Republic of Liberia the right to murder its citizens because of protest. Nowhere. Now, I agree with you. When protesters become agitators, the government has the right to put down that agitation, but there are non-lethal forces or non-lethal ways that they can go about suppressing that agitation. So I think you misunderstood me by saying the government now has the right. The Constitution does not give any government the right to murder its citizens. We saw the video. Remember, I was there a few years ago. We saw the video when the young man was laying down in cold blood at CDC headquarters. They had been shot. And there was a debate whether it was the government of Liberia or whether it was the Nigerian soldiers that were there. But it came back. There was a committee that was formed that did the investigation. We come back another time. Previous to that, in 1979, there was violence. It was not the people that have guns. It was the government. And so I'm saying, at this point, I'm very happy that Mr. Sampson too has come my way, that the government needs to be mindful of the power that she has, that her agents have the right, they carry guns. They have to be mindful that there might be some agitators among the crowd that may want to stir this thing up. But at the end of the day, Mr. Moba Molu is one man. Mr. Moba Molu on the street by himself does nothing to the daily movement or the life of Liberian people. So let the protest go on. Let the demonstration go on. At the end of the day, these people will go home. Whether the rules say they should give the petition to the legislators, or whether they want to give it to the administration, somebody's going to come out. Somebody should be there to receive it, and let the people go home.
Okay.
That is
let me go to the phone lines before I can come back on the live view. So get it right. Christopher, let's hear you quickly here. 1 minute, please. We're almost done. Before I go to the analysts on the line to wrap up and go on the field. Let's hear you. What's your point?
Yeah, Mr. Sue, I know some of you guys been around maybe in 1979, you know, and do you guys think the way Gregory Coleman show of force today, they were sinking, you know, John 11:35, you know, Jesus wept. They were sinking it all in it. Do you guys think it was appropriate or should, because look, the way Gregory Coleman is proceeding, I think this thing might get out of hand on Thursday, and if anybody dies or if people get hurt, I think it will be on the government shoulder and that of President Joseph Boycott, because they should learn from the CDC-led government for President Weah. You know, they should give protesters food, you know, give them water, you know, protect them, protect their human rights instead of going there to beat people up, to violate people, to brutalize people. I think it would be a wrong thing to do. I think Gregory Coleman has been proceeding wrongly, and I think he will have a greater responsibility to bear it. Anything goes wrong on Thursday, and President Boycott too, I think the international community is marching. Let them follow President Weah's model. Let the people protest, feed them, give them water to drink, protect their human rights, and protect the state, you know, so that everybody can go home peacefully. Let people protest. I'm on the side of protesters. I think you guys are also on the side of protesters, you know, and we all should advocate for people's rights to protest. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to have my own response to that. Thank you so much. Guys are coming. Let me go to Keto, then Dr. Mali for the closing point, and then I'll come back to the live view before we wrap up for the day. Keto, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Plus, what's your closing
message? Look, so thank you, Mr. Azango, for making that clarity. Because I don't think the professor, the doctor here, Dr. Jones, understood already that the history clear about Liberia, and I will be inside because I was not a kid. I still remember everything. The people gathered peacefully to protest. There was no violence. The government police opened fire and killed people. 1979. It didn't stop. Every other big riot ever happened in Liberia, the government initiated violence against protesters. It was only Georgia government that started organizing protests with giving people water. But in Georgia government, we saw what happened at the capital, where people were dispersed with water cannon, and maybe it was, you can call it, not lethal or force, but they were pushed out of the because they wanted to folk at the capital. They were cooking at the capital. That's the only time we saw that actual violence. And one time there's a police that shot somebody in, I think, where I corner like area to on the street, and somebody got shot there on the foot or something like that. But government always initiate violence against peaceful protesters. If you allow the people to protest freely, if you know your government is doing so well, why you jail? Why you can't allow the people to come and express themselves? They're not coming to take guns. They're coming to just read a petition, and they will go home the same day, and that will be over. And you do the right thing, they're going to have to come out on the street. If you do the wrong thing, they can keep doing it. They will come back and remind you that, look, we put you there.
Thank you so much,
Keto. All
right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the show, Mr. Soul. Perfect show. I like how you control the show today. Don't sanction the labor, but keeping in check. And that's the right thing to do. You're putting on Mr. Azango, bring Mr. Azango up next to you.
Oh, okay. I want to do that right now. If I become flip up. Okay, let me go to Dr. Mali. Dr. Mali, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, CEO. I just want for my co-panelists to understand that demonstration come with consequences. And it even come with triple consequences when it becomes a political demonstration. No government in a sound mind will just move on peaceful protesters and just begin to shoot them because they are bloodthirsty, no government. When a peaceful protester teaches their nomenclature to be a protester to troublemaking, the government will have to take the government. You do not understand the dynamic and the ramification associated with the 1979 protest. It was almost a mutiny to undermine and overthrow that government, and the government has to stand up. And the details are there. All right? Secondly, we can even make a prediction. There's always a small antecedent when it comes to protest. For instance, if you have people who are protesting come from the background of extreme poverty, people who are extremely illiterate, people who are very, their educational level is not to expectation, or because of societal problems that we inherited since 1847. This is not just a Waka problem. All right? So at the end of the day, if you accept protesters who don't even have food to eat, no job, and they're living in extreme poverty, the end result here is violence. Because some of them are going to other loot, and the government will have to disappear. Some of them are going to other abuse other people, the government will have to disappear. So when you have people from that background going to protest, obviously the end result will be violence, and the government will have to take a stand to protect life and property.
Okay.
So there is no peaceful government without be shooting at everything because they have established peacefully.
Thank you so
I
much.
doubt it.
All right.
Mr. So, forgive me, but I
No,
cannot allow your panelists. Just one second, please.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Everybody you're gonna speak your mind. He does his own argument. He speaks his own opinion. Obviously, you're gonna come to that. I'm one of those who like to speak. Okay, Dr. Mali, thank you so much for forming part here. We're gonna come to a closing point here, but I want us to do something different. And then I don't want. Do you want to measure your thought now?
Yes, please, because he just said it. When it comes to history is very important. I cannot allow Mr. Mali to put up a slant on history because there are many people who listen to us who are going to take the words that he said and move forward and that is incorrect. There has been many accounts from 1979 that has shown Mr. Amos Sawyer and others who were organizers of the 1979 riot said that they did not go with violent intent. There was a breakdown in communication at some point between the protesters, the organizers of the protest, and the government of Liberia. It was fear that engulfed the government, that forced the government to preempt what they thought the protesters were going to do. And that, as a result, resulted into the death of people that shouldn't have died. Those people did not go with the intention of introducing any level of violence into our sphere at the time. Remember these words: he who whose much is given, much is expected. When the community, when the voters, when the country decides that they're going to vote a person or vote a government into power, much is given. Therefore, the beneficiary of their votes demand and must be listened to by those who they have voted in, not by the barrier of arrest.
All right. Quickly here, something I want to also postpone, and then you can close it up here. Now, the chief initiator or face of this whole thing here is former
So
chairman.
for us tonight, we're just a flower dressing here on this wall tonight.
Well, I was a flower dressing guy yesterday. I told you I'm an Israeli. What you do to me, I do it to you. So
Okay, all right,
that's it. Come on, kawan. Ini urus mina.
Okay, all right.
You want that? You want that? I know tomorrow you're going to tell him. We are Tabata here. Nobody going to stop me. But on a serious note, you coming to talk Labour and Terry and Mr. Zango, all of you. Now, the face of this protest here, more likely chief organizer or whatever it is, Moluba Molu. Now, is there any way society can we also put into check? Does this guy, is he the right messenger? Let's look at people who have past history as well. Or is it we just Liberians and so we accept anybody? Anybody can come to become a hero for us today, tomorrow, anytime, any kind of way, and we accept it. Who is behind this? I have no idea. I've been searching this here. Who is the push behind this whole the creations of this thing? Is it an extension, bad extensions of some sort of unknown political maybe group or somebody that we will not know until maybe a certain period of time? And then you can get a closing here. Let me start with the Reverend.
I think Moluba Molu has a play. This is what politicians do. And you cannot say he's not the right messenger. I agree with Tewon Gonglo. I agree with the soup because these are all political people. They know exactly what Moluba Molu is trying to do. But that is what politicians do in a political terrain. They use the weakness of the government to escalate their political value, to gain political value. And today, Moluba Molu have gained it. He's all over the news. Even if the protests do not yield the result that everybody expected to yield, which I doubt they would, but the way they have made Moluba Molu now, Moluba Molu are already gained political dividend. So whether you like it or not, he's the man of the match today, because every corner you turn in Monrovia, in Liberia, they're talking about Moluba Molu protests. We now on the show for over 2 hours yesterday talking about Moluba Molu, spoon, everybody. So whether he is the man or the face, who are we to tell? The people will prove whether if he's the right guy. Until then, we can just speculate and say our own.
Okay. Thank you so much. Mr. Zango?
Well, you know what? Let me make a reference point in the Bible. Your question here is whether he is the right man. Moses, who delivered the children from Egypt, was a sorcerer. God decides who God is going to decide to use as long as his message is delivered. I'm not suggesting in any way, shape, or form that he is the right man. But the suffering of the people in Liberia is at hand. And therefore, the current messenger is Mr. Molu. Tomorrow, it could be you. It could be me. It could be anybody else. But the message is more important. The message is paramount, not the messenger. So at the end of the day, we will see whether that message that is going to be delivered is delivered in good faith, and we'll see whether the people who the message is intended for will genuinely receive the message. But in the process of that delivery, we pray and we hope that there will be no violence, that the history will not be misjudged, and this will be another protest like many others that have gone in the past, and many more that will come in the future with other governments. That is the essence of democracy. That is the principle of democracy. I rest.
Thank you so much. Let's come to the godfather of predictions and speculation, the liberal progressive. What should we expect? What do you make of Moluba Molu? You say, I did hear you saying something yourself. Now, where is push coming from with this whole Moluba Molu one of the deciders of CDC now. You are making the point that he is doing this so that CDC would value his political strength. No, is it in collaboration with somebody? Is being orchestrated to say, "I want to do this"? Yes, you don't worry, everything's gonna be okay.
Mr. So let's go a little bit back to Moruba Moru history. He's the same Moruba Moru that told he met with Barack Obama. That's Moruba Moru. So we can say everything here about him. But here's what I want to say here. This protest, let me repeat myself. This protest being organized and spearheaded by Moruba Moru, you can say Moruba Moru should not be the face. This protest most likely will vindicate Moruba Moru. Moruba Moru is not organizing the protest or protest against President Baka's government or failed government, whatever you want to say. It wasn't about that. Moruba Moru is showing to the CDC and the sedition that if you were to listen to me, we would have had a different outcome. Number one. Immediately after the election, Moruba Moru decided to distance himself from CDC. Do you really believe that if you were to check the blood of Moruba Moru, you will no longer find CDC in that blood gene? It's plenty in Moruba Moru. Moruba Moru is still sedition. However, Moruba Moru, I believe, the fight about that liquor talk issue and President Weah is so vindictive that he refused to forgive Moruba Moru. And because of that, many sedition decided to push him away. And because Moruba Moru was pushed aside, instead of being the face of the 2023 campaign, it became Eugene Nambe. And all that money they put in, they couldn't even get their own tallies, tally sheet. They were not able to produce that. Moruba Moru are done different. However, Moruba Moru, this protest is to say to CDC and sedition that look what I have done. Take whatever you want to say about Moruba Moru, but he's one person in CDC during the 2017 election. When Moruba Moru say, "I want you in the street tomorrow with T-shirt," sedition will not ask for money. They will use their own money to buy T-shirt and print it because Moruba Moru says that kinds of power. People like Union Namwe, they don't have it. And Union Namwe, what's his name? Say you are holding lobster and eating all kind of that the man they will listen to. But this is Moruba Moru saying to CDC and the hierarchy, now watch. It's very interesting. So for me, this is just a protest of convenience. Let's put it that way. Moruba Moru is using the protest to bring himself up, but there are other people within the protest that are also using the opportunity to what point they're gonna get. It rainy. People still driving 2-3 hours from here to from Montreal to Grand. What are you gonna say to President Ouattara? It rainy. Ganta is right now as we speak. Ganta is boiling. Kagata is boiling. Lie up. What you will say to the people? That are in Montreal, between Montreal and Liberia. Coming to say your protest. You go protest. I said, President Ouattara, give these people water to drink. That they are Tamata protest, they own water. Give them water. What do they have? What are you protesting about? Because you got a cup of rice. Things are hard for everybody, the entire world. But sadly, the government is unable to respond effectively. The Minister of Information do not come out to explain to people effectively what this government has done and what this government is doing for the people. Tomorrow, millions of Liberians will wake up alive under this president. The peace is there. We're not going to go after people because we don't like you. Far from it. President Ouattara is the man, and President Ouattara will be the man, and President Ouattara has always been blessed. I say so. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you. What?
He laughed.
United to Pastor people. Well, thank you guys. What a great conversation. I think it was Keto. I have my own personal view, opinion with respect to whatever video being displayed, police, blah, blah, blah. It's a normal thing, to be honest. The politics, the politics is being so much, the country is polarized. Usually, when you see this sort of high tension event is about to occur, you will always see a movement. The government or authority will also want to show strength, not just only to the protester, but more or less to the foreign guests. Yes, we are in charge. They have the capacity, they have the man, and trust me, in most cases, when you see that happening, most of these paramilitary police, those people that do not have assignment, when it comes to these things, they call them in their garrisons or whatever you might call it, and say, hey, you got to take assignment. And so they are excited. So for me, I really don't see that. Of course, it appears to be intimidation to also alight the opponent to say, hey, in as much you want to protest, we welcome it. But if you have some bad apples among them, we are prepared. We want to get them now. So I don't really see it, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Mr. So, I want to make a point. I want to make one last point, please, if you don't mind.
Listen. Sadly, this is how you can start.
Mr. So, I want to make a very important point, please, if you don't mind. I'm the board chair, number one, and this is my show, number two. Secondly, third, I allow you to sit in for me and tonight. So let me make my point.
You saw your birthright.
Yeah, let me make my point. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Samson Toll. A few days ago on this platform, I said something that perhaps was not quite, I will not say true because I don't lie, but it was, I spoke wrong. I lied. Let me say that. But on a very serious note, I said that the LPR facility in Liberia, through the leadership of Mr. So, was able to come up with a new internet system, because the internet system that we got before, they were not working and they refused to give our money back and what have you. And so Mr. So, I made a statement wrongly that Mr. So had gotten that internet. That is not correct. Mr. So did not get the internet because I wrongly assumed that's what happened. So I want to make that clear. The specific, not for here, but the young people in Liberia are asking questions, asking why Mr. Toll would say that on the show when that is not the case. So I want to make that clear to everybody. Thank you, Mr. So.
You see, this is what the show is all about when we are in charge, Mr. Zango. Redemption is something. So it's good that you are redeeming yourself. You see, that what happened when you engage in too much of tabata.
Mr. So, the show over. Why are you coming? I've already made my point. Where are you coming from?
Mr. So, I'm grateful and I'm forever appreciative that my presence here can bring some level of truth.
No, you did that because of you. I say the truth. I beg you, man. That what you see.
For example, he told us he was the only one in the Ministry of Education in 1979.
That's Saturday.
All right. My brother, y'all take care, bro. We'll talk later.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I mean, bro, that's quite true. We read it. We are happy. And it's good you made that point. And because people listen. And those guys, but by the way, I think you saw in the group chat, those materials sent, they arrived. They were delivered today. Huge consignment. It just it's kind of like frustrating to have a big company of the telco that is responsible for distribution. We've been with them all along, years now. It's just regrettable, go visit site, make us to buy our pipe, buy this, pay for it, only for their own very technician who say we're going to wait there to go there. You can't wait. Okay, give our money so we'll find different service. They can't give our money. Can you talk to your people, please?
People, they don't know me. I don't know them. You know that. They don't know me.
Anyway, we're doing everything possible to find different providers. Starlink, I think more like Elon Musk, something is a satellite internet service. I think is much good. We're going to work towards that to get that. The goods are there, the materials are there already. We have no choice. But thank you so much, guys. Deliberate Progressive, thank you for allowing me to sit in for you.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Obviously, you're going to fill in for me and just let the audience know, do it the way I
will not say anything to anybody. I will be here. I will talk with myself. I will not even call your name, sir. That's the first thing.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
But
I said bye. What do you want to come back for?
Who's supposed? That's it. My show. I will remove myself if you don't mind. Bye, Mr. So, and good night.
But me not being capacity. I can go. I can go. That day, now you sign.
And you support the idea.
Yeah, I support the idea.
It's okay whenever the weather for you, what business is doing. Alright, so if you go tell the people not going to protest, what will you tell them?
Well, everything tell the people that they will now not listening to you. They think the people man will not listening to you.
So where are you again?
My name is Sakaba.
Thank you, Mr. Sakaba.
So we are here talking. What's that talking to? Let me go up there. And so we are still here live at the Johnson Street. How you doing? I'm okay. You are live on Liberia Public Radio. Liberia Public Radio online TV. Mama, how you doing? Are you aware of a protest or planned protest for the 17th of July?
Yeah, they
over radio. Do you welcome it?
I welcome it.
You welcome the idea of protest?
I welcome the idea of peaceful protest.
What's your name, first of all?
I'm Tamara Johnson.
Mrs. Johnson, you said you work on the issue of protest. Has protest ever changed anything in Liberia?
Protest can change things. A peaceful. When the government listening at the voice of the people and work in line with it, there will be peace.
There will be peace. So you work on the idea. Will you be a part of the protest?
Yes, I will.
You'll be part of the protest. Why are you going to tell your president?
I will tell my president that he should listen at the voice of the people.
So comparing this government to the most recent one, George Weah, what would you say? Till the time of the government, which people will do comparison. But let us compare the first 2 years in the power. George Weah, we are 2 years in the power, and this government have gone 1 year, 8 months. What will you compare them? What are some of the change?
Well, George Weah 2 years in power was maybe
than this government. Are there sufficient reasons for Liberians to come out and protest on the 17th? What are some of those reasons?
Some of the reasons is to take people from job with RPA to get downside people that die. And then secondly, the issue of the rest price is going up. We should look at that. There are some of the reasons of people coming up to protest.
What do you sell? So, how's business been since today?
I work there. I sold $700.
So hardship have gone on an increase.
Hardship have gone on an increase, honestly.
So when people come to you and say, "Can't watch you on the protest,"
nobody will come to me. Myself, I will go with him.
So your name again?
I'm on Liberian.
Your name?
Okay, I'm on Liberian. No one coming to me. I will go with him.
Thank you, Joseph. So we are still here live at Johnson Street, still. How you doing, Mama? Okay, so.
Right here. Phone. Just check number 8 Johnson Street in the center How are you, bro?
How are you doing, sir?
So, bro, we are actually doing a street interview with citizens asking them about the planned protest. Can we have a word with you?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so again, we are still here talking to Liberians, getting their views on the planned protest.
Tata, what's
How you doing,
up? You scared, my man? How was it today? What's your name, bro? Kemu. The people say they got protest coming over Thursday, my man. You know about it? So how you see the whole protest being here?
I mean, I need support it because the economic crisis we are passing through. Our man not said now to plan protest as a Liberian because it will not be good for our economy. So I need support it.
So the way the whole country in economic crisis now, and the people say can't protest so the government can stabilize the whole thing. You know, in support it stay.
It will be peaceful that we come together as a Liberian to talk to the government in another way that the government will understand and feel for us and will come to our aid in peaceful press conference that everyone of us will sit together and be able to get each other view from citizen to government in one word that everyone of us will be a word in unity that will help us to move our country forward in the economic crisis that we are battling as we're planning to go in protest. It will not be peaceful for us.
So, brother, you are simply trying to say that apart from getting in the street to march with placards, you are saying that they could better engage the government through press conference?
Yes, that the government will be able to understand some of the expression within our press conference, that the government will be able to help us as a citizen who help and empower them into power.
So, brother, when the people bring mad, they give you mad. They give you some art in there. They say, man, today, you're not hustling today. Can't you go to the protest? You're turning?
No, I will not be in support. It will not be peaceful to my, it will not be helpful to my country.
So, if it's going to advise them, what kind of
as I was saying, I will be able to advise them that we should make patient manner and meet some official as we get in the knowledge of education that we decide to learn, that we decide to learn, that we prepare ourselves, that we don't have fear to meet any official that will be able to listen to our crying.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. There you have it. It's quite interesting to see what is going on in the country. This is a clear indication the society is a very divided country, obviously. And there are other people who sees it differently, you know, based on their own good conscience. But the bottom line, the hardship is still in place. And I hope national government will design some sort of program, especially for the young people, vocational. I think much investment must be done in the vocational industry. Thereby, people can learn new skills. And this is where the frustration really from. Even from the Helen Johnson selling millions of dollars for the rehabilitation process as a result of the civil crisis heavily invested by the international community. We have no idea as to exactly who, how many persons benefited, who are they, and where we start. Government came, other government, successor government came. They didn't pick up the broken pieces to know where we stop and how it can be continued, perhaps. And I think this is what the government needs to do. The issue of the Belayalat Center Prison Facility, that place could be probably to be rehabilitated and create some sort of new vocational technical school where people can go there under the auspices of national government to learn new skill, because when they are in power, when they have these skills, they will be able to. Nobody want to sit there and go say mechanic. How many person want to mechanic already giving people 2A? How many person want to buy a coconut candy before you can even get a bar? When you go there and learn carpentry, masonry, and all of these technical stuff, you will sit down home and money comes to you because people want to hire you to get something done. So if that Belair Center there can be rehabilitated, gets really help from foreign government, put up a good plan, that will help. It can become maybe like a big dormitory. And this is where I, as a citizen, disagree with when you have senators, lawmaker, individual engaging in this sort of rehabilitation. It doesn't help. It just helps to make the problem worse, because you are not going to get any international assistance from any good donor. You as a lawmaker, you as a representative, because that could be part of a legislation to put forward for government, for money to come in. There's no any foreign government going to give money to you as a senator because you say you get a 2, 3, 4 bedroom, even 20 bedroom as a rehabilitation. It's not just about removing people from in the streets, carry them somewhere, they eat, they sleep. That's not just all about it. It's a long healing and treatment process that people have to go through and have them to reintegrated into society to see themselves as normal people. That process was undercut. And that's why you see people live in cemetery. That's why you see the group that call disadvantage use who the politician use. And they make some poor choices, poor decision, sleeping in cemetery. Nothing, no sense of direction. This is why the crime rate is so high. No longer vacation job, those things that used to exist before. Students are no longer, when you have NPA, when you have Lpr-Tv, when you have all of these agencies of government, as you should be able to create even vacation job for students to help them prepare for the next academic school year in Pioneer Capital. That will bring relief to parents. That will alleviate the sufferings on parents who are doing everything possible, staying in the sun all day to sell just to pay their school fees. Nobody is thinking about that. No way. They either go in there with you or you're later before they can even hire you. So then where is the vacation job? So when we do that, when there's no any strategic plan as to get the country on her feet, then that is the problem. So if you don't have family in big government in position, you're not going to get a job. They hire people who they know, who are immediate people to them. This is where the Ministry of Labor, the government, legislations, all of these things, this is where they need to go. Ask this proper corporation every school year, closing period, certain amount of schools, a certain amount of students should be hired in order to prepare. Nothing like that. Everybody moving here and there, all because they want to get something in the system. No hope. Look at how the city looks like. And it's not just only this government, it's not just only unique to this government, right of ages, the Helen Johnson Sirleaf and all of these people. When you have almost 90% or 95% of your citizens at that sort of level, you can't fight crime. Because there's no hope. The advocacy group, these are things they're supposed to be talking about. I strongly feel the rehabilitation process was inconclusive. And there's a need that it should be visited. People need to be rehabilitated properly to be integrated into society. And it's not just about eating. Here they're in the house, they eat, they go by, they do the same old drugs, they do the same old thing. It requires a comprehensive treatment plan that will bring them to normality as a normal person. You have people in the streets hallucinating, different forms of issues going on with them. So you say that here, but go on the other side, they are not of themselves because of things that they do. Should we just leave it like that? They are our people, they are our citizens. As the result, they become liability on society because society or national government, national leadership failed to redirect these people. So their burden will always be on you. Even though you are the higher up, you don't feel it directly, but indirectly, ordinary citizen, that's how they get into jacking people's phone. Is that a justification to be what they're doing? No, but that's their only way out of getting what they're supposed to get. Look at Central Street. Probably that place will have been turned to some sort of memorial park since all of the crazy wars, September days, November days, April days, and all of these 6 and 7 bad things that went on. That could be used as a big memorial park where people can go visit and do it. But here we are, is there nobody saying anything, nobody doing anything, is there you have people sleeping in the grave, in the heart of the capital. You say you want to fight corruption? You say you want to fight drug? No. The real people yet to feel the impact. They are not being treated. So we are just looking on the surface of things, and the real inner part is being left untouched. And this is where the problem is. All comes to leadership, commitment, dedication to our country. We want to thank you so much for your time this evening. I know we went extremely time because we came on so late, but by God's willing, the Lpr going to be here tomorrow. Get ready. He's going to come with the biggest tabata ever with his revving. But we'll always be here to put it in check and speak what is right, whether we agree, disagree. And we will always have them here. Because if you allow them to go, you give them chance to win more so. But the more we engage them, the more we have this national conversation and make our side clear, crystal clear to them, the better it becomes. Do not be in loss. It's all for the good of the country. We are not against, we are not for. And that's what the media industry should be there. It's not a resistance for that against government or for government, but we must have this national conversation for the good of the country so that people will be able to make informed decisions. Sadly, today's media is also part of the problem. So if they don't get their way, then they go wrong. But we'll keep having this conversation. And you, until you can start protecting your own alligators, start defending the defenseless, that will also be good because all of us, we are all part of the problem until we come to a full conclusion that overall Liberia must prevail. So this political party, I am not, unless 2000, Taylor and Helen Johnson Sirleaf time, because there's no structure. They are not an institutional group. It's all about the people. It's all about themselves. They don't fight for have this institution to succeed, and this is why we're having all of this problem. Where is NDPL today? There was no contingency plan that after Samuel Doe, NDPL must survive. Liberian Action Party, LPP, even the very CDC, the Unity Party we are talking about, ANC. Who is next to replace Ellis Cumming? It's poverty. Poverty is a bad thing to ever deal with. It devalues, it compromises your human dignity, and you succumb to things that you don't want to do because you have no choice. 1975, I remember those days, 1975, I was in Sino demonstration on my aunt there. The old men were working at the post office downtown Sino. Around that time, the old folks, when my empire coming home, the children to look through the window, through the door, Papa coming, Papa coming. Why? Because Papa is holding a plastic bag. That little fancy bread, cookies, or something is in it. But this time, when they say Papa coming, the children are all of them say, but let he come. The reason he or she saying let he come because Papa coming, the hands shrinking like there's nothing there for the child to go out of breath, to go run and meet the Papa. You say, but let he come. What's the point of running almost little 10 seconds to go out of breath when a child say hungry? He or she will collapse. You say, let he come, we're here. We're drinking water. It is painful. That's the country we have. Yeah, we have. You know, I had an interview with our retired Congressman David Cicilline when he visited Liberia. He and former Congressman Adam Kissinger of Illinois. And they were shocked to know the amount of money our lawmakers. This is where protests, this is where citizens should react. Why are these people making all of these monies that they are making and yet nobody's saying anything? Think to talk about it, to think to then their anger is not happening. How much teachers are being paid? Nurses. But you have one person getting that kind of money, benefits. They went over it. We give them 6 years, 9 years. When will my daughter, my son become senator or representative? Because they're never they know what is in it. They're never gonna retire. They're never gonna leave it willingly unless they die. We don't want to proclaim death on people. Even if they spend 16, 18 years in the Senate, representative, they go in the Senate, they want to go for another 18 years. When your own time will come, why are we not having this sort of conversation? Why would somebody, they stay there for all of these years? What are they bringing? So this culture, both the executive, the legislature, the judiciary, everything, the entire system is contaminated. That we are saying. I mean, everywhere you can't complain to anybody, anything come up out of it. To pay for internet, they can't give it to all. They can't give our money. We work close here. You go. Sometimes you leave your stuff with people. Women, they do that. You leave up the tag in it. Next day, you carry to Burlington Coal Factory. They refund. They put it back on your car. They're not going to ask you where do this, where don't do this, but you pay for service. They are not providing the service. Okay, you get my money, so we'll go find different subscribers. They don't want to do it. You talk to anybody, my brother dating yet? What kind of country is that? You're good night. Bye-bye.